Cheers, New Buckers, and how the heck are you? You know who I am. Yeah, we know Tom. We just don't care. Anyways, I digress. Let me fix something real fast here that I forgot to do on the last video until it was done. Anyway, I think I am Tom the Beer Whisperer and Whiskey Whisperer for the purposes of this video. This was my last one of the evening or the first one of the morning, depending on your point of view, right? Anyways, hey, I digress. As you've heard me advocate in other videos, you got to step it down as the evening goes. Drink your good stuff early and then bring it down a notch. I got my Simpler Times lager that we picked up in the Kansas City area a couple, 3 weeks ago. So I'm going to pour it. It's not horrible. The truth is, I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong. It's not wonderful. No, it's not horrible either, to be honest with you. It reminds you of another macro amber lager, if you will, without mentioning any names. Yeah, I mean, it tastes very similar. Anyways, I digress. So stepping down the whiskey as well, another Trader Joe's product here, Kentucky bourbon. It was $14.99, not a terrible price for a 90 proof straight bourbon. Ounce and a half in there. Yeah, we're going to keep the pour light. It is the end of the evening or the beginning of the morning, depending on your point of view. Anyways, lunch. Ah. As we head into the holiday season, we're getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving, which sends us closer to the other holidays, right? Ones I'm aware of, and there are others I'm not aware of, to be honest with you. After Thanksgiving, I know we've got Kwanzaa coming up. Of course, there's Hanukkah, Festivus, for the rest of us. Yes, it's a made-up holiday, but aren't they all? I love this whole Festivus. That's a made-up holiday. Well, they're all made up. They're Again, it all depends on your perspective. All of them were made up at some point in time. Somebody said, "Hey, I got an idea." Now, is starting from a TV show a bit of a novelty? Yeah, but is it more crazy than some of the other shit that just sort of happened? I don't think so. Bottom line is, I think people have just as much right to celebrate Festivus as they do Christmas. I don't think one should be more than the other. Hey, man, if it means that much to you, then that's important to you, and I'm okay with that, by golly. Hey, man, if it's important to you, it's important to me, damn it. Oh, mercy. But Christians seem to be a funny lot. Not all of us, including myself in that category, but there's just a certain percentage of folks that think if you want to celebrate something else, you're somehow persecuting their holiday. And that just doesn't make any sense to anybody capable of critical thinking, but to a certain percentage of far right Christians, that seems to make sense to them. Unless you want to celebrate exactly their way, somehow you're persecuting them. Or there's a war on Christmas, per se. There's never been a war on Christmas. What you have is everybody else having the ability to celebrate something else if they so desire. It's not that complicated. Again, if you're capable of critical thought. But if you're not, well, I can't help you. If you're not willing to look at facts and acknowledge another point of view, hey, man, I can't help you. It's that cognitive dissonance on that extreme far right. You just they've already made up their mind how things are, and no amount of truth is going to change that. No amount of showing them how they're wrong is going to change the fact that they don't have the ability to admit they're wrong. Anyways, this stuff ain't bad. It really isn't. I kind of wish I had about 2 bottles. I would just, we were buying so much stuff. I just bought the one. We were buying a lot of stuff, man. It was a big day. It was a big day. We were buying a lot of alcohol, to be honest with you. I bought 2 bottles, bought a bottle of whiskey, the bourbon here. I bought a bottle of rum, 12-pack of the Simpler Times, and a 6-pack of the Bozen double IPA. It's really all the alcohol we bought. We were buying a lot of other stuff, a lot of food. Biscuits. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, when we're heading into Thanksgiving, what am I going to do on Thanksgiving? God, I hope nothing. Just the wife and I. I really don't want to. I'm not in the frame of mind where I really want to prepare a meal of any kind, to be honest with you. We might do something small. It's hard to tell. It's funny, there are some Thanksgivings where I feel like doing something. There's some where I don't. I've never been able to get myself excited about wanting to plan something, because that really wasn't something that, something that Seamus and I did together. So I'm trying to do it by myself. Again, there's been some Thanksgivings I feel like I could do something, and some I can't. And I just haven't been feeling this one, to be honest with you. Thought about going out of town or doing something, but I doubt if we'll do that. I'm off Thanksgiving and Black Friday, so we thought about maybe doing something on Black Friday, not necessarily for the specials, but just kind of, getting away. But to be honest with you, we may just, hide. I may just, get a couple, 3 online movies and turn my phone off so nobody can call me, and just pretend nothing else exists at that particular moment in time. Yeah, every once in a while I get inspired to cook a specific something. I just haven't felt that. I haven't had that one inspiration this year, to be honest. I just don't know that I want to do anything other than just, hole up somewhere. Just pretend nothing else matters at that particular moment. And this one's even tougher than usual because we just lost our last cat this year. Eddie was Seamus's cat. She was Seamus's cat, and became my wife's cat after we lost Seamus. And losing her this year has been kind of rough too. So now it's kind of that grief upon grief thing. Whenever I'd work late and come home, she'd be right there to yell at me, like, "Where have you been? You did not call. You did not." So I kind of miss that. I walk in the house, I'm waiting for her to yell at me. Meow, 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 meow. Feed me. You know how long it's been since I ate? Probably 34 minutes. Anyway, so yeah, this one's a little. It's always rough, but having her lost right now just before Thanksgiving it's been rather difficult. And she was the last of the 3 that we had. We had Large, Shadow, and Eddie. We lost Lars near the end of 2018. We lost Shadow near the end of 22, and then we just lost Eddie near the end of 23. And those three were rather special, so I don't know if we'll ever have another pet, to be honest with you, because I just don't know if I can take it. Can't take it anymore, man. We lost Mandy, our dog, our daughter, Callista's dog, actually, back in '07, shortly after the ice storm hit. Never could get myself to have another dog because Mandy was just such a great dog. And now I'm kind of feeling the same way about these cats, you know. They were just something special to us, so I don't know. There may be a point, but not anytime soon. It took me a little bit, but I did warm up to having cats because I was the one in the family that didn't want them, and Lynn and I became the one in the family that didn't want to get rid of them. Yeah, I did warm up to them after a while. You know, cats have a bit of a reputation, and they are, as a species, a bit aloof. But I don't think they're as uncaring as someone to portray them, or as selfish as someone to portray them. All three of our cats, you know, from my perspective anyway, from what I can see, possess empathy and compassion. They will always worry about us. That's something you think of dog behavior, but I don't know. There's something different about these three, I suppose. Cats are rather independent, and um, but even you know, all three of them seem to know when we weren't at our best, right? We were down to just Eddie. Eddie would know when I was having a bad day, and she would just come up and sit on your lap or get right close to you and snuggle and purr. You know, she seemed to have that awareness. Oh, she could be a bit of a pain in the ass, don't get me wrong, but she seemed to know, have an idea when things weren't going well, or when you weren't feeling well. For instance, if she, but you know, days you were sick, she would want to be right there on your belly purring. So I think sometimes cats get a bad rap. It's like you know, you got a few bad apples, and you want to paint them all with a broad brush. You know. Oh. So you know I'm not really here, right? So I had a nice backdrop. It's not my real fireplace. It's just a TV set. I'm not trying to fool you. Just trying to create a mood. Just creating a mood, man. Anyways, I'm glad we are kind of getting close to the holidays. That means I can start winding down. There's certain rituals or things I do as we get towards the end of the year. Ritual might be the right term. Yeah, you know, I start winding myself down as we get to the end of the year. You know, I'm not, you know, assembling voodoo dolls, right? When I said Rachel, oh, mercy. I want right wingers to get all excited. Is he practicing witchcraft? I've seen some really ignorant posts lately talking about Taylor Swift practicing witchcraft. So, are you guys really that fucking desperate? I mean, it's that incredible stupidity. I don't think everybody on the right is that ignorant. I really don't. But there's that certain percentage that really is, that really makes you all look stupid. And when you start posting shit like that, when you start believing stuff like that, like, man, is there anybody on the right capable of critical thought at all? I mean, if you're still supporting Trump nuts, clearly you're not. But being right here where I live in the Ozarks, yeah, I mean, this is a very red neck of the woods. There are places that I won't go, to be honest with you, because I know what their beliefs are, and I'm not going to support people like that. I'm not going to support people that will that willingly, intentionally want to hurt others. I just won't do it. In this Chick-fil-A, Hobby Lobby, neck of the woods, where they don't care, man. As long as you hate the same people they hate, they're okay with you. Reminds me of the Monkey song, Randy Scoos Get. Yeah, there's a couple lines in there that are very apropos to what's going on right now. You know, you look at the state of the way things are these days, you wonder how much have we really evolved? We're still believing in silly ass superstitions, but we should be way past that by now. You have groups that still willingly hate other groups, willing or willfully. Maybe willfully is a better way to put that, or maybe intentionally. I don't know. Want to hate other groups for just being different than they are. It just doesn't make any logical sense. And they don't have any reason other than it's in their particular belief system. And they seem to be upset that everybody doesn't believe in their particular belief system. Anyway, I digress. So, anyways, as we approach Thanksgiving, I suppose that we all, appreciate Thanksgiving, appreciate all of us for being who we are, and maybe different, and the differences we all have. I think that's what it was supposed to be about. It's become about something else. Anyways, I think Chris, man, I am the Whiskey Whisper, Whiskey Vandals, full of whiskey drinker, purveyor, wisdom man. I'm also Tom Beer Whisper, Beer Vandals, prolific beer drinker, purveyor, wisdom man. Cheese biscuits and gravy. Around good guy. I'll see you tomorrow, or maybe later today. Again, depending on your point of view. Have a good one.